Because I suck and I forget how to do this because we just don't do it
Would have been
enough.
really funny if all of this was the beginning of the live, but it's not. It says just waiting for the Unbound book babes.
Live now?
There's like a several minute lag. So if it
Yeah,
says live on it, maybe not minutes, maybe like half a minute.
I'm pretty sure we're live now because it
Yep,
said, yeah,
there it goes.
welcome to another live of the Unbound Book Babes. I forget how to do this every time we do this, so bear with the intro.
We're just here on a Sunday evening,
Very excited to be here.
ending like we don't have to go to work tomorrow.
That I am doing for sure. This episode, we are going to be covering all of our thoughts and feelings about our read of House of Flame and Shadow. I have the book right here. That's just the cover in the background. But I wanted to reference things in here, so I pulled it forward.
First and foremost, can we talk about the shitty spine?
Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. What is up with that?
I mean, I haven't read a physical book in a long time, but that feels wrong.
You know, I think it's supposed to be glued.
I don't know, man. But when you held it up, because when you held it up, then I thought maybe it wasn't supposed to be glued.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. But if they're both like that, it's
Like,
been a very long time since I've held a book that large.
and yeah, I was gonna say it is a big book, but like, I don't know. I struggle with a lot, which we're gonna get into, guys. We are gonna get into it. The We all know about the like bonus chapters and like how many of these were like pre-ordered. Like there was over 750,000 pre-orders at the different locations for this, because if you don't know, this book had like 5 or 6 different bonus chapters, but they were all attached to different types of retailers. There was like Barnes and Nobles, Target, indie bookstores, Books a Million, and I think one other
Walmart.
one. Yep. And so
Of all places, Walmart.
yes, Walmart, which is actually where mine is from, is the Walmart one, because it's again, you guys, there's spoilers here, so click off right now if you don't want a big ass spoiler, because the one I wanted was the one at Walmart that had the bonus chapter about Nesta, Azrael, and Bryce, right? So that's the one I wanted. All of those bonus chapters have linked on the internet. You can find them all over Tumblr. There's a woman on Instagram. I cannot remember her name. She has them in her highlights, though, actually. So,
Good.
yeah, it linked right to them, and you can, like, each page, you can hold it down and read them. I've only read half of one of the other bonus chapters that I don't own, and it was the Hunt and Bryce one. And I only read half of it. I had intended to read like all of those bonus chapters today, actually. My personal life got in the way. It's fine. So I didn't do that. I really want to read the one with Bryce's mom and Randall, though. That's like the one I really want to read. So I will do that. But first, Kristen, can you tell me what your like star rating was for this book?
It was like out of 5, probably a 3. Because
Yeah.
I fucking hated the ending. Now, in every single author's defense, I hate the end of like 95% of books. Endings are difficult, and it's hard to
Yeah.
wrap stuff up.
Yep.
And
Especially
yeah, overall, I'd say 3.
especially something like this, right?
Well, I guess it depends on where she wants to go with it. It sounds like she already has ideas, but
Yeah.
I don't know. What was your rating?
I 3.7, 3.8, like ish. Like, but that is like pushing it. That's pushing it.
There's too much hype.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of it.
And
Honestly.
The fandom's too big.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go anywhere. Like, if you've ever typed SJM into anything, you now can't go anywhere on the internet without seeing 75 fan theories and people that think Grinks is Hunt's dad. And
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
hey, man, anything for clicks, am I right?
Right. Just a sec, guys. I'm going to move my mic. It's kind of bothering me a little bit. So sorry if you can hear that. I'm just trying to fix it. Yeah, so I can tell you that one of the things, talking about Shrinks, one of the things I was most disappointed in is that he was like not involved in any way. I for sure thought, because he has all these abilities to like lock doors and like teleport and like show up places, he was not involved literally at all. And it reminded me of Fleetfoot. Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah, but Fleetfoot didn't have any magical abilities and wasn't like, you know, suddenly appearing on a rooftop or like always out of their cage until Bryce looked at him and then magically back in his cage. Like,
yeah. So I'm like, why wasn't he I think he was an underutilized resource in this. And I feel like the description of a chimera gave me hope that he, like, you know, fully sentient, fully aware, fully like able to like have a mind of his own and do whatever little Shrinks wanted to do, and he wasn't at all involved.
yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you said, it's a reoccurring theme, right? Of like get a pet and then like ship him off somewhere in her books.
Yeah. If you don't know who Fleetfoot is just a dog. Not just a dog. No dog is just a dog. Let me say that. But he is a dog.
They are in the SJM universe.
Fair. He was Selena Sordonthian's dog in Throne of Glass. So, yeah. Animals just aren't.
Same. Didn't get a ride into battle or anything, just shipped off to the countryside.
Yeah. And you know who else wasn't involved that I was really ticked about? There's several characters. Fury.
Yeah, she sat on the sidelines a lot.
Like almost the whole book. She showed up with a helicopter again. That was it. Tools and a helicopter. That was it.
I mean, it was just the Bryce show. Nobody else could do anything. They aren't the special star-born high princess.
Yeah. Yep.
It was just solely the Bryce show from start to finish.
Yeah, and when it wasn't the Bryce show, it was all about Ethan, which, like, if you watched our other live, I was like, I kind of hope Ethan and the wolf that he found in the tank are mates. I'm really glad they're not mates, because fuck that bitch. Like, took a turn there, and no thank you.
It was wild and weird, and again, that entire storyline, I don't get it. I don't get why it was included. I could have done without it.
Yeah, you were right. You were so right.
It went nowhere. It was about nothing.
Like, I was super curious leaving off of House of Sky and Breath. And then as I was reading this, I could have seriously done without that storyline.
And that was what, a third of the book?
Uh-huh. Yep.
So I could have...
Which means it was a whole book in of itself, because you see this? Like, a third of this book is a book. It's 800 pages.
Ridiculous.
Super ridiculous.
It was just so silly. The whole wolf story was...
I know why, because the really unfortunate thing that this book turned into is a giant bridge book for her next two books. So this is a gigantic bridge book for Akatar 5 and the next House of Many Waters. That's what it's going to be. Because she teed up Therian and everything to do just that. And
I mean, I don't know. Therian is a pretty hated character. I have zero opinion on him. Like I could live without, or it doesn't matter. But the internet hates him.
I started to like him in this book. That is the one thing that I think that happened in this book that I was surprised about, is that I started to like Therian because I was like, oh, he's growing the hell up. Like, this whole book is just him growing up and making better decisions. And I would say that's better decisions loosely. Use that term loosely. Because
I mean, they're still impulsive and they're still self-serving.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is why I'm like,
I don't know. Are they better, or do they just work out for the group instead of just him?
good point.
Like, I don't. It just like it was still selfish. It was still self-serving. It just happened that it also benefited those around him.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I also want to talk about the crossover parts. So, like, oh no, I'm so ready to hear your thoughts. Tell me, tell me your thoughts.
No, you go first.
So anticlimactic and shallow.
Yep, 100%. Almost. Yeah. This whole book was just hype. There was no substance, just hype. That's all this book had for it. It was just hype.
Yeah, there was like, so, Paige, if you guys are new here, don't know, Paige is my other best friend.
We have a lot of new people. We forgot to welcome all of our new followers.
We do have a ton of new followers.
New subscribers.
Yes, I'm
welcome, guys.
So excited to have you. Thank you for joining us.
And for the newbies, who is Paige?
Paige is my other best friend. Super big bookworm too. She's not finished, so she's not able to join us today, because typically you'll see her pretty active in the chat, chatting with you guys, chatting with us, bringing up her comments and thoughts. But she's still on Friday. She still had like 7 hours of listening to do. So, but she messaged me around like chapter like early 50s, and I said she's like, Bobby, I'm just not so sure. And that's like 50 you're committed, right? But like, I was like, I know, but you are at a place like where it starts to actually kind of ramp up and get better. So, right. Right. And she agreed with me. She got to like chapter 56, 50. And that's like the chapter, I think that was like one of my favorite chapters. I was trying to remember which one was my favorite chapter, and I don't recall, guys. It's been a minute. I finished it like 2 weeks ago, I think, at this point. I needed some time to ruminate about my feelings, because my immediate feelings were super, super negative, which I didn't think would do justice. So I was like, we gotta, like, one, give everybody else time to finish it, and then two, I need time, because I was initially like way disappointed. Like, I'm not reading I'm not reading House of Many Waters. I don't give it any F's. Like, I'm done. Like, kind of mad.
I was the opposite. If we would have recorded the day after I finished reading, I would have been like, this was great. It was fantastic. However, I slept on it. And you know how, like, the next day after I sleep on something, I gotta sleep on it, and then I can really process it.
Yeah.
Total 180. I was like, silly. It was so silly.
Mm-hmm.
And for the crossover, like, okay, let's talk about this. The very last line of the second book. Hi, Bryce. I'm Rhysand.
Good point.
And then, like, he's barely in it.
Nope, like 2 seconds.
Goes up, and then the rest of it is just his black shadow approaching. Since when has that ever been a thing? Since when has anybody been like, a black storm, here comes Rhysand?
Yeah, that was kind of curious. I didn't even think about it like that.
Weird. He just appears out of nowhere, and this time it takes him 45 minutes to travel the distance.
Yeah, when they're typically fly really fast, the trip between the House of Wind and the house is not that long. Like, I understand not being able to winnow, but they used to winnow to outside the wards and then fly in, and it took them like 5 minutes. But they're sitting there having a whole ass conversation, and he's like, this just haze of black, like the windows go black. It's Rhysand, and it's like, yes, Rhysand is powerful. I know that. I get that. But why? Why
is he slow as molasses?
Like, why does he have a dad belly? Is that slowing him down? What's happening?
Is he packing up all of Nyx's stuff and then, like, fighting about, no, we're not taking a tricycle to the House of Wind?
He's worried about what the things in the diaper bag. And he's like, somebody watch Nick. I gotta go to House of Wind and help Nesta. Like, what is happening? I just do not know what happened with that. Like, super anticlimactic.
And no Cassian whatsoever? Who else is wildly disappointed about that? We picked Azriel and Nesta.
Okay, I don't...
You spent all...
You got a point. I didn't think about that because, like, I was happy to see Azriel because, like, I love Azriel, but, like, why is he with Nesta?
Yeah.
Like,
After you just spent an entire ACOTAR book getting us all, like, excited about Cassian and falling in love with that guy?
Again, this is just a giant bridge book for the next book in ACOTAR because that's one's arguably, who knows who it's about, but it's either Elaine or Azriel, and they're not my ship, by the way. Like, I don't think Elaine is going to end up with Azriel. So there's that. I know that could cause a fight. Calm down. It's not that deep. It's just a book. But, I'm Gwenriel, 100%.
Know how I feel about that. I am a big fan of somebody coming out of the, like, woodwork. Like, okay, so go with me on this.
I'm listening.
We don't know a lot about Azriel, right? We don't know how he spends his time. We don't know if he's, like, sitting outside of some random girl's window just staring at her while she sleeps. Like, I would be totally down for just, like, a random character to appear and Azriel be like, yep, that's the one over there.
Yep.
I'd be down for that. I want none of the women that are females that are currently none of the current characters, and just like, hey guys, did you know I play bridge every Tuesday? This is
my bridge partner. She's my mate. It was a really intense game of bridge and it just clicked into place.
We have been dating for 100 years.
Totally off topic. You got your hair done.
I did, yeah.
It looks great.
I think I gave my hairstylist a mini heart attack because it went like really late into the evening. And so it's like 8 o'clock and I'm like, hey girl, like I don't need the full blow dry and style. Like I'm ready to just like skedaddle. I'm going to bed anyways. So maybe just like a little like, so it's not dripping wet and I'm going to bounce. And she was like, can I style your bangs? And I was like, okay.
That's hilarious. It looks great though. She did a good job. She always does.
She fucking kills it.
Yeah, she does. She does a great job.
So if you're in the Houston area, Main Lab salons, she's the best.
Cool. Definitely. Going back to the whole Cassian thing, he's like there at the end, the very end, eating fucking chocolate cake.
You know, okay, that's right. I actually totally forgot about that. And maybe that was really well planned, because you're right. Cassian and Randall, lethal killers, but like chill dudes.
Warriors. Yeah. Yep.
I could see how you get along. Okay, all right. Those four. Are there more chapters with just those four?
I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I haven't read the bonus chapter, so I don't know if they're involved. I probably should have read them. Sorry, guys. Life is a thing. We have full-time jobs, and this is the part of BookTube where we have full-time jobs and a life. So, I'm sorry.
And I mean, that's Bobby's stance, but I just feel like it was such a money grab writing these bonus chapters and charging all this. So, I'm kind of boycotting not reading those bonus chapters, even though I paid for one of them, because and I bet this happens in the next Iron Flame book, whatever that third one is. I bet they do that with that one too. 5 different books.
I don't know. I hope not.
I bet this becomes a thing. Okay, so 750,000 divided by 5. Like, if you could boost your sales 5 times over, everybody's going to do it. This is going to become the thing to do.
I'll buy the ebook, which doesn't have a bonus chapter. I'll boycott that in my own way.
Yep, and then just wait for it to get leaked online.
Yep. Or until 2 months later when they post it online. Because they end up posting them on the websites anyways.
Yeah.
And you know what?
So.
Speaking to an author who we actually have an interview with in the coming months is Lauren Leisure. She actually put a poll out about, like, hey, should I do the bonus chapters or should I do this for a Polycon? And I had actually commented, I said, you should do the other thing and you should just post the bonus chapters on your website for everybody. And she was like, that's a great idea. Thank you so much. Now, I don't know. I haven't looked at her website in a few weeks, so I'm not sure if that's what she's going to do. And plus, a Polycon isn't until April, so I'm not sure how she's really attacking that. Because I've also been offline for all social media a lot lately because of spoilers for that, or for this. I've been avoiding it. And I just recently, in the past probably week, started getting back on. But great job going out and asking your audience what they actually want. Now, I get that SJM is a little bit different level. Lauren should be at this level because she's great, so you should go read her series. I'll, in the description after this, I'll put a link to her website. But I don't know. I just feel like check the temperature of your audience, because like everything is expensive right now. Like, don't be money grabbing. You're already rich as hell, so like, I don't know, just be real.
I mean, people fell for it. I fell for it. I didn't buy all 5, but I did buy a copy of the bonus chapters, but I haven't even read them yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a really silly question. Are they just at the end of the book, bonus chapters, or are they sprinkled throughout? Okay.
They're at the end. Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, why not just take, what is that, 5, 10, 15, what is that, 25 additional chapters? Just put them in the story. Just give me the story.
Yeah.
Like, what's bonus about them? Just make them part of the story.
It's already...
Okay, make it a novella.
It's already...
Okay. Go with me on this. Less Ethan, more Randall and Cassian.
I'm game for that. Because I wanted to know more about her parents, too. Like, I really wanted to know more. And I do like what SJM did with the whole, like, Nesta and the mask and giving her parents in a safe place. But her poor younger brother?
Very strange.
Like, I get it. Like, I know why. Like, I could see why it would be too weird. And SJM points that out because I think she knew people would be questioning it. So she pointed out why. Like, oh, it would just seem too weird to have him go into such a dangerous place. Also, reading this book gave me such bad, like, I had a, like, extra appointment at my chiropractor because I got whiplash so bad between Ethan and Therian and Bryce and all of, whip, back and forth, 2 pages. Okay, now we're going over here. Okay, now we're going over here. Like, could we just get to the point? Could we just get through the situation we're in and then pivot? Like, oh my God. I was like, what is happening?
ASMR.
What is happening? And guys, I'm a huge fan, and I'm not trying to shit on this whole thing. Like, I'm a masochist. I am. But like,
I could be 2 things. A girl can be more than one thing.
absolutely.
I could be a masochist and shitting on this book. I'm a multifaceted individual.
Poop emoji. I'm not editing this, so I had to, like, if I was, I would do that. So sorry guys. Can we talk about something else?
Anything you want.
That makes me so sad. Like, a solid third of this book, I could not stand Bryce.
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, what are you doing? Why are you being a see you next Tuesday? Like, like, what is happening? Like,
it was tough. She was so mean to Hunt.
Yes. And I'm like,
well, and everybody, but mostly Hunt.
Mostly Hunt. And I was like, okay, I don't understand why she was, like, I just do not understand, because she shows so much compassion in the first 2 books and so much empathy and, like, all of this, but she just seems to err on the side of being just like the Autumn King for so much of the book, where and Hunt even is like, says it like 3 or 4 different times. Oh my gosh, look at her, she's the Autumn King. Oh my God, look in her eyes, that face, Autumn King. And I was like, yeah, she's being the bitch. Like, what is, like, she was my favorite female outside of Aelin, but like she was above Feyre. She was above Nesta. Close. They were close, guys. But like,
everyone's above Feyre.
I know. But like, it made me so I was like reading this, and I have annotations in my book, and I'm like, why are you being a bitch? Like, I'm like, what is going on between you guys? Like why?
I mean, what's that old saying of like, absolute power corrupts absolutely, or whatever? Like,
Right.
Too much power, and it just all went straight to her little head.
Yeah, they did. Oh my God. It's just, it like made me sick to my stomach. Like, I don't know. Like, sorry, I was looking for my annotations, because like, so angry, you guys. And you know what character I ended up really liking, that like she didn't exist any outside of this book, pretty much, except for I don't know how you said her name, but Scythia?
What is it?
Sathia. The female that Therian ends up marrying, the Fae female.
You know, I, honest to God, think I just said what does it start with, an S?
S.
I think I just saw S and thought, Flynn's sister, and moved on. I don't think I ever tried to pronounce her name.
Sathia? I'm not sure, guys. But, because she just calls Bryce on her shit. Like, oh, so you just don't like any Fae, but your brother's Fae and you love him? And I was like, yes, go in on her. Like, does she need somebody to go in on her? Because I'm like, I don't know. I just made me so angry the whole time, because like, and I'm not saying she didn't go through some shit traveling to a different world, not knowing what was happening to her mate, not knowing what was going to happen to her if she could get back. Her brother got his hand chewed off by Baxian. And Hunt was going to do it. And, like, Hunt had to watch and hear that. And, like, oh, my God. Can you imagine the... Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. It's way too graphic. But, like...
I mean, technically, yes, because I've given my dog a turkey neck. So, technically, I can imagine the noises it would make.
Fair. That's so gross.
But, once again, I don't feel like... I don't feel any pity for Bryce in traveling through dimensions. Like...
She was so out of touch.
She was totally fine. She was totally fine.
Especially she was with like two crazy, and she like knew she was with two crazy powerful fae.
Yeah. And she got like what, a scratched hand and some scraped knees. That she did to herself.
Dumbass.
Like nothing bad happened to her when she was teleported. Or whatever. Like,
yeah. And like, I will admit in my notes, you guys, I wrote down a lot of the bad because I'm angry. like there were some good, like sweet, cute parts. And let's talk about the absolute shocker that Lydia's a mom.
Wild.
What's
her son's name?
Brennan.
No, not Brandon. The other one.
Oh, you're gonna have to make me wait. I got stuck on Brennan because how it links to Throne of Glass.
Yeah, which would be that she's Aylin's
ancestor. Yeah, descendant. Yeah. Oh, what was his name? Ace. What was his name?
I don't know. I called him Acetone the entire time.
Oh my!
I couldn't figure out how those letters would have sounded, so I just called him Brandon and Acetone.
I just said Ace after they said his name, after like his nickname.
It was like Actione or
Actian. I don't know. I don't actually know. Oh, where's my notes, guys? Like, there's so many pages. Because I'd like to Google how to say it. But, like... What did you like about the book?
You know what I like the most about this book? All the like nods to like the current conspiracy theories throughout the world going on right now is the part that I really enjoyed. And I don't know how many people would actually catch on to those. First off, I just want to say, go check out our little SJM episode, because we were right. 8 Asteri, 8 Anunnaki. Nailed it! Mm-hmm. Also, the fact that there's like a parasite in the water to make the people easier to control. Dumber, weaker, easier to control, more obedient. I mean, we might get canceled for saying this. It's not that I believe it. It's just that it's a theory that's out in the world. That's what people think fluoride is.
Oh my god, Kristen. Yeah. I didn't think about this. That was like, I'm one of those people. Keep talking. I didn't think about this.
You know what they talk about? Like, don't drink the tap water because it's not great. There's like a shit ton of chemicals in the water. Poisoning your populace to make them lazier and stupider and more obedient. And then there's just some things that are out of the realm of my personal understanding, but I have a feeling that they relate to something. Let me find the exact quote so I don't butcher it. No pun intended.
Guys, I don't know where the chat box went in my control panel. If you're sending me chats, I currently can't see them. And I'm so sorry about that. Like, I do not know what's happening.
Oh, Mimac said, "Hi, daughter."
Oh, hi. Hi,
then
Dad.
They added LOL. So.
Hi, Dad. Thanks for showing up. I know you haven't read these, but I know that you know Mom and I are obsessed with them and get very hype about these. So thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Um,
But when they talk about the black thorny crown that's branded on Hunt,
yes.
I know that's like I know there's some other guy in history that wore like a thorny crown. So I feel like that's I don't know, it all relates back somehow. Unless there's a thorny crown in Celtic mythology or something.
I do
I
not
feel like it's an
recall.
ode. I don't know.
I know that his name is somewhere right here. Where's his name? The kid.
Are you still looking up acetone?
Yes. Also, he's my favorite kid of Lydia's because he's just like a little like punk ass. Like Actaeon, Actaeon. We're gonna
Yeah, acetone.
son of the minor god Aristeus and Autono, daughter of Cadmus. We're not gonna go into that. He was the hero and hunter. It's a Greek name. Who's shocked? Not anyone. Aetion?
Actaeon.
Actaeon. Aykeeuhn.
Actaeon.
Actaeon. Actaeon. Acetone. Also acceptable.
I mean, I don't know which one's more memorable to you, but
Also, the sprites, the fire sprites.
oh yes.
Hell yeah, ladies. Like, oh, they're my favorite. And I love that they make a comment. Because it's the Erythes, the queen. She goes, when Lydia finally exposes like her Fae side, she says, "We shall build a new world atop their ashes." And I'm like, that is has to be an exact quote from like Kingdom of Ash with Aelin and Rowan. It has to be like verbatim word for word because I swear I've seen it before. I did not check. Somebody else who's crazier than me, please check. You're not crazy. I accept you. We're both crazy. Like, it's a thing. Yeah. Can I bring up a couple other things?
Yeah.
Why didn't anybody die?
Why didn't anybody?
Yeah, nobody died. I was fully prepared to like hurt. I didn't hurt.
You know what? It goes back to it being a bridge novel, right? Like that little silver book, Frost and Starlight.
Yes. I looked over there because it's literally right over there on the floor. Well, it's in a stack of books that are on the floor.
Nobody died in that one, right?
No.
Except me from old age trying to get through it.
But nobody died. And like
I would not have been upset if Bryce would have died, sucked into the outer space. Or had the book just ended. There goes Bryce into space. End it. Boop, that's the end. Well, obviously there's going to be more books. But
Yes.
Leave me on a cliffhanger. I lost interest after that.
Because
No, Jessica died.
yes, she traded her life. You
Well,
are
yes and no.
correct. Yes, exactly. So, but I was like fully prepared for like Rune dying, Baxian dying. I didn't think
Baxian couldn't have died. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that? They just left him on the island? Like,
Yeah, they're like, bye.
take
All of
care
us. Okay. Would we talk about like get to know your audience and like what they want, and everybody's like more Baxian? Like when there's fan art of a character, and then you just leave him literally marooned on an island. Do you not give a shit what the people want to read? And everybody's like, we hate Therian, and she's like, more Therian. Gotcha.
the hell? And I like Lydia died, right? Like she died. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
She did.
Nope, not gonna sneeze. Okay, I don't know, guys. She jumped off the thing, the cliff.
Oh, that's right. And they like brought her back to life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was fully prepared. It was my sister's birthday party last night, and my mom and I were there, and she finally finished the book, and she was like, I was really disappointed at the end of that book. I was like, yes, Mom, agreed. And so she's like, I brought up the fact that I was totally prepared for Lydia to actually be dead and Rune raise her kids.
No, that's too much. She could have just died and we never knew about her kids. Like they have fathers.
Right, but they don't know who they are. The father is. Like, we don't know.
No. They have two dads. They have two gay dads on the Mer ship.
Oh, that's fair. Yes. Oh, yeah. But Rune. Right. I forgot about that. Which is cute.
This kind of
but
goes back to like ACOTAR though, right? Of like nobody dying.
Yeah, nobody in the inner circle or anything, but
getting brought back to life.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like those books hurt so much more than this has.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Throne of Glass, she really didn't pull any punches in that entire series.
Nope. Everybody died. Not everybody.
I'm still upset about Aiden's dad. Was it Aiden's dad?
Yes. Me too. Yeah. I'm so angry about it.
Shock and awe moment.
Yeah, I was like, there was so much more necessary there.
Also, is Lorcan really 7 feet tall?
You sent me that video and I was like, what? I started questioning all of my reality.
Or did he just look 7 feet tall to the little human?
Elide? Yeah, you guys in the comments should tell us if you recall Lorcan being 7 foot tall, because I was questioning life. Also, the epic battle at the end was not epic. It was...
You know what? This is super unpopular opinion. None of SJM's battles are well written.
Okay.
I've never enjoyed any of her battle scenes.
I will argue that in Kingdom of Ash...
That's honestly my favorite thing about you.
In Kingdom of Ash, that last battle where the 13 died, I was on a freaking airplane. Mess. Like that battle, and then Adian's dad died, and I was just like, can't breathe, I'm on an airplane, there's fake air.
You know what? Yeah, alright. Yeah, okay, alright, okay, alright. Throne of Glass is now in its own little...
Total different category. Bubble. Total different category.
Everything, right?
Yes!
But then, but ACOTAR and Crescent City... What happened? And then to continuously remind myself that Throne of Glass...
I said it. Bloomsbury.
You think that's it?
Well, she started writing Throne of Glass when she was like 16 years old. There was no way she was involved with a publisher.
Struggle to believe because it's so much better than these two.
Bloomsbury.
You know, that's kind of like my favorite show, Letterkenny, and then Hulu took it over and fucking ruined it. What was it, season 9 or season 11 of Letterkenny? Fucking sucked, man.
I believe you, because I've watched episodes, not the whole thing.
We'll get a guest appearance by Jake to
let us know. Yeah, Jake and Jordan. But yeah, like...
have him hit up the comments, but... But yeah, okay, it's not really about Letterkenny. It's about the idea of publishers and these big conglomerates, corporations.
Mm-hmm. Opinions, other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Be authentic, be yourself, fight for your gut feeling. Do that. I don't know. I'm not an insider. I don't know what Bloomsbury is doing, and I don't know what SGM's input is. I'm not involved in, obviously. I'm nobody. I'm one person on the internet. I don't know what their conversations are like, but it just feels like there's a lot of opinions going into it instead of the singular opinion that was mostly dominant being SJM's in Throne of Glass. And I understand needing support. Everyone needs some form of tribe, but like at the end of the day, it's her story.
Yeah, and just a little caveat. We don't know anything about anything. We're just two little talking heads on the internet, and everything said herein is nothing but opinion. And, and should not be construed as fact, or insider trading, or insider knowledge.
Yeah, not at all.
They're just opinions, and they're just for fun and entertainment. But I agree. I think somebody's ruining the story behind the scenes.
Yeah, and
now that you bring it up, I didn't think of that on my own.
And also, like, why did they even need the Star Sword to open gates? Because they made it seem really easy to kill Asteri during that battle. Like, just open the gates, let hell in. Who cares about the Star Sword and the dagger?
Oh, they had... Yeah.
Because she had the horn. She could have opened the gates the whole time because she killed the first Asteri, and then while she was off doing something else, one of the princes of hell killed another one.
Was that my boy? Not Apollo. Apollo's the blue eyes, right?
Yes. Thantos. No. Apollyon.
Apollyon?
Is that how you say his name? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, because you're right. What's that? The Prince of the Pit.
Yeah, the Prince of the Pit.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know how to say his name. The Prince of the Pit.
Because they just get so close that they just, like, devour them.
Yeah, Star Eater. Yeah.
Yeah. But Bryce had to open a portal into nowhere.
I want to go back to what you said about Bryce floating in space.
Yep.
Can we talk about how there was zero mention of time slowing when she died?
So she's not that powerful?
Yeah, like if she's supposed to be like a world's or a universe like power to rival archangels in the Asteri and be like supercharged by Hunt, why did time not slow when she was killed?
That's a super great question. I didn't know she was... Okay, so here's my made-up theory on the fly, since I didn't think about this. But, one, she wasn't supercharged by Hunt, and her power seems to, like, ebb and flow. And she was kind of at a low point. But, two, and I think this is more realistic, she was a superpower in a really low-power environment of Midgard, where everybody was so weak that she just seemed supercharged.
Yeah, because she did talk about how when she went to the other Fey worlds, she felt how powerful everybody in the inner circle was.
Yeah.
Particularly Nesta. Like, it shocked me because at the end of Silver Flames, spoilers, At the end of Silver Flames, we know that Nesta gives up part of her power. Right? She's like, I give it away. I give it away. Do this for me. I command you to do this. I give you back whatever you need. And she's still wildly powerful. Also,
But again,
Nessa has more powers than I thought she had. Like, her powers seem different from Bryce's eyes than when I remember them being in Silver Flame.
right. And I don't know if that's just a typo or if, again, there's just so little power on Midgard between it being fed off of and the parasite.
Yeah.
Because remember, as soon as they drank that parasite potion.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing is, actually, no, I don't think I can say that word on YouTube. I'll tell you later in private. A potion that gets rid of parasites. Anyways, if you have farm animals or you like give your dog something to make sure they don't get like heartworms. Anyways, like I said, this book is just layered with like all of the current conspiracies that are floating around. But
I didn't think of that, and you're so right.
It's layered. And I really love all of the like anti-government quotes throughout it of like unchecked rulers are a thing of the past or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like it's basically a revolution. I don't know. A dog whistle, maybe? I don't know. I've gone on such a far tangent. I don't know where I started or where I was going. Oh yeah. Like back to the idea of like, are the Fae on Prithian are just at their power. They just have all of their power. Nobody's siphoning it off. Nobody's dampening it. And so for Bryce to not understand what that meant, because she's only known of the half of what they can access on Midgard.
Right, because they're so throttled by that parasite.
Yeah.
And we see that through Ethan's point of view, like how much Antharians, which, why? I'm just like, why? Like, I get it, like, teeing up all of these new leaders who are all on the same page and, like
a new world order? That video's gonna get taken down because of that one word.
It's okay, I'm still recording it. I'll rip it out and I'll put it back up.
Oh man, this is gonna hit all those pages of all the conspiracy theories, and they're gonna be like, "Why is this here? Why was this?
Who are these people?" I will say that I actually, talking about the one person who like died, I will say that I'm so satisfied that like about the Jessica storyline. I am like, hell, like I knew you were badass the whole time.
Probably one of the most interesting storylines in the entire book, and it was
50 pages. Yeah. 50 pages.
It was a blurb.
Yep. So good.
I mean,
and like, why did she tell Ethan? Like, why is he the one that got that knowledge first?
You know, sometimes it's just when you have a kind face that looks like it wants to listen, and now you're just ready to spill your secrets.
Kristen is relating to Ethan because in her life there's some things that people come up to her and say the wildest stuff, and she'll text me. I'm like, you gotta work on your face, girl. Like, you just gotta work on your face. Because nobody has said that to me. I was like, literally.
For whatever reason, people think that face means come up and talk to me.
I was like, literally, nobody talks to me like they talk to you. Like, I don't know what makes us different, man, but it's all about your face. You're way too approachable.
I agree. I should work on that. But I wonder how, like, SJM and Bloomsbury, they probably don't read the reviews, so they probably don't care. But I wonder how they feel that they've really, like, hitched their horse to the Ethan wagon, and everybody's like, ugh, I don't want any more of that. And they're like, ugh. Our bad.
Because
Oops.
that whole story, just like, again, going back to the whole Therian thing, like, I'm not dissatisfied with how Therian ended up with Sathia. Ooh, don't know how to say her name. Yeah, Flint's sister. And, like, the whole thing about Ethan becoming Prime is fine. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, I just don't know why it matters. Like, where is she going next? Because I literally do not see where she's going next at all. And maybe that's the point. Maybe this whole book was to give us such bad whiplash by switching POVs so fast that we just cannot think straight and not see where she's going.
Maybe. I don't know, man. It was. I don't know.
And I'm so mad because I also think that Bryce could have really gotten along with the inner circle, and now she just looks like a giant bitch. Like, nobody wants to be her friend in that world. I don't.
Well, I mean, there's a 50-50, like, she could either get along with the inner circle or Nesta.
Right.
So.
And I would pick Nesta over all of them. I love her.
Nah. I pick Nesta and Cassian.
I'm a big fan of Nesta and her group of friends and, like, what she stands for. Also, what the heck? Why were the real life Jelly Jubilees left till the very end? And then that's it?
Yeah, I didn't get that storyline at all either. Group that in with the wolves. I don't get it.
I'm just like, I know it's gonna link back to the next ACOTAR book somehow, but I'm also like, why wasn't she like, why didn't one swoop in that again, the final battle being a trash scene, swooping out of nowhere, scoop Bryce up, knowing that she was like the ancestor of the peoples, of whatever their names are, and just like ride into battle like that. Like, honestly, if SJM reserves that right for Nesta, I won't be mad. Like, because the Valkyrie flying the Pegasus into battle.
Feyre.
What?
What if she gave it to Feyre? What if Feyre was the first one to ride a Pegasus?
You guys know how against I am of burning books, but I would just stack them all together and then light them afire. Like, give it to Nesta. Or Elaine. Like, I'm super, like, she seems like really simple and dull right now as a character because we haven't explored her. But if she turns into this epic character and, like, really, like, great, I prefer her on the Pegasus. Like,
wait, which one is the Illyrian that has the damaged wings? When?
Oh,
yeah,
wait.
Give it to her.
I love her. Everyone wants her to end up with Morgan.
Ooh, them flying in on a Pegasus?
Right? I'm Googling. Sorry, guys. Nesta's... Emery. Emery. It's like, why am I not remembering what it is? But go ahead.
You remember that scene where they killed the Underking?
Yes.
I know you don't watch Supernatural, but it really reminds me of the scene where Sam and Dean kill Death.
Yeah. Which makes sense, because he is Death.
So here she is, just...
borrowing ideas?
I don't know, maybe she's an Ancient Aliens fan, maybe she's a Supernatural fan.
Also,
maybe she's on all those conspiracy theorist sites.
I agree with that, honestly. Like, she's got some solid inspo from all of that stuff. And, like, I'll be honest, I know this is a bridge book, but it felt hacked. It felt hacked together. And like I didn't hate it. Like I said, I gave it a 3.8 stars, but like it just, the hype deflated it. And I think when it comes,
maybe it was just the hype was the issue.
maybe. And I firmly think that could be the case. And I think I'm going to re-listen to it on audio when it finally comes out on audio, because I know I'll have time before the next book is out. There's just all there is to it. I know I'll have time. And I still love Hunt and Bryce, but I was so sad that because like the next book isn't supposed to be about Bryce and Hunt. So I was really sad that we were left with this version of Bryce and Hunt when we had such a beautiful version in the first 2 books. Like, because they're like,
I'd agree.
Yeah, because they're like such a beautiful, healthy, like hilarious couple in the first 2 books, helping each other through trauma, really acting with love and kindness first. And if you know me, that's my vibe. That's like my whole thing. And so they were super relatable to who I am as a person now. And in this book, I got so angry with how much I felt like they backpedaled. And I was like, ick. And I don't know, it just felt really hacky. And, you know, I don't know where SJM is going, but I'm still curious to find out. So I'm not giving up on this and everything, but it's still, this story kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah, this was a tough one. It kind of left me at a spot because I feel like I miss so much. Especially when you get on Instagram and TikTok and everybody's like, oh, do you remember this and this and this? And I'm like, no, I actually don't remember. And even like within the paragraphs when she's like, and the Autumn King held the information. And I'm just like, fuck, what information?
Yeah, I think I blacked out during like parts. Like I totally did. Like but that's the whole like whiplash thing that I was mentioning. Like I think she like purposely was trying to like disorientate all of her readers to like not be able to guess as well. So I would be really curious. And I'm pretty sure somebody probably did this already in the fandom, because again, you said we're all crazy and it's gotten so big, and I'm here for it because it means just more people doing the work, helping a girl out. But like, I would be really curious to extract all of like the Therian and Ethan parts and like read them separately, like read the parts separately. Like, I know that they, like, kind of, like, tie in certain aspects, but I think if just, like, the Bryce Hunt was on one, and then, like, Therian, and then, like, the other, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm super curious. What's the one right before Kingdom of Ash? Tower of Dawn?
Tower of Dawn.
What are the 2 that you're supposed to read together? Tower of Dawn and...
It is Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. So Empire of Storms comes first, then it's Tower of Dawn, and then it's the last book, Kingdom of Ash.
So do you think if she would have, like everybody recommends doing a tandem read with those 2 books, do you think that if she would have made them one book, it would have been this kind of whiplash?
Yes.
So if she would have made this 2 books...
So maybe that's why she did this.
That's what I was just thinking, because I agree with you. Take out those storylines, separate them out, and then, I don't know, make 2 books. Oh, but then everybody complains that they should have been a tandem read. So maybe it wasn't Bloomsbury, or however you pronounce it.
Maybe they were actually listening.
We did it to ourselves.
Not me, because I didn't find that story until last year. That wasn't me. I wasn't involved in that conversation originally. And honestly, I was fine reading them separate. Like, I did. I read them separate. I've never done a tandem read of those.
I don't think I could. And now we know why. Whiplash.
Yeah. Have you seen the chart that people make to, like, follow? To, like, read this chapter, and then switch to this one? Like, people have made charts, like, reading guides.
I fight against that vehemently, fervently, diligently. I refuse for there to be that many rules.
Yes.
I'll never in my life pronounce that word correctly.
You
Most
saw
people
me.
don't know how.
Vehemently.
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 That word is my mortal enemy. Written, spoken, heard.
You saw me like vehemently. I was like, I like the version that she's using because it's venom, but also, does she mean vehemently?
Vehemently. Anyways, so that's a little peek behind the curtain that I can't with that word. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I won't follow those reading charts. I won't do it. I will not.
I
will not have that many rules in my hobby life.
Yes, and that's welcome to the side of BookTube, Bookstagram, Book Talk, because we're on all of them.
BookTube.
Just that's what they call it. Just listen. Stop it. That like the side of the internet where two people. This is still our hobby. Yes, we have a podcast. We don't. This podcast is part of our reading hobby. Like we don't read 200 books a year. We just really like to read books and talk about them together, and so we thought we'd share it with the world. Kristen, to wrap this up, because you know what time it is for me. It's been an hour. It's been over an hour. I have to pee. Who do you think this is?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think it's Erd.
I've actually never thought about it.
I think it's Erd. The cauldron, Erd, the goddess Erd.
You know what? I do remember you saying that because I shared somebody's opinion with you and you said that girl's a moron, Erd's on the cover.
I did use that language, which I was really aggressive. They were talking shit about Hunt, and it pissed me off, okay? In my defense, that's what the video is about.
I know. They took Hunt's side in the whole Hunt and Bryce, woe is me, travesty.
No, they didn't. They said he was being a little bitch.
Yeah, they took Bryce's side.
Oh, you said Hunt. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They took Bryce's side that Hunt was not supportive enough.
Yeah, no, women supporting men in this case on this channel, because, and then they said that there was a comment made by one of the hosts, and they were like, yeah, look who's on the cover, and like insinuating that it's Bryce, and I'm like, Bryce is on the first book, Hunt is on the second book, this is Erd, because going back to when the Underking got killed, Ian looks at the statue and talks about the statue having word marks or these weird symbols on her arms, and that it is a statue of Erd, and that no one has like ever depicted her because no one's brave enough to. But of course the Underking would. This is exactly this person, maybe not all of the other, Easter eggs on here, but this person is Erd, and it's talking about Erd and the gates and how she's connected to Valg, how she connects all the worlds. That she is universal to connecting all of the worlds.
Damn. My final thought on this, your Easter eggs are lost on me. Sorry, everybody that's ever put an Easter egg anywhere. Including my mom, with the Easter eggs I didn't find.
You'd find them eventually.
Nope, we sold the house and moved out. I'll never know.
So, I know this felt very negative, but I don't think that now that I'm back on the internet, I don't think that a lot of our feelings are unfounded or unshared between a lot of the fandom. Again, this fandom is never going to agree. There's a spectrum here on some of the things that happen, but this is...
Which is ironic, because most of the... Never mind.
Yep, never mind. Yep. Insert Theo Von joke. Anyways, we do appreciate you being here. We do appreciate you subscribing to our channel. We're still going to keep reading. I am excited for ACOTAR 5 because I'm curious as to where the heck that's going. So... I don't know. Those are our thoughts. They weren't super positive, but they were thoughts. So do with them what you will. Leave a comment down below because I really do want to hear, especially our subscribers, I really want to hear what your thoughts are if you finish this and where you're at with your feelings, because my feelings are hurt. Until then, keep reading. We'll talk soon. Bye.